Let's talk today about something that I've been thinking a lot about, and that is predation. You know, there are several places in the Bible where this fact is addressed. What is predation? I'm talking about the necessity, for instance, of our having to kill animals to eat, and of animals having to kill each other to eat. And it's not just about killing, it's about suffering. Uh, we don't have humane ways of killing uh, cattle. We raise chickens in horrible conditions commercially, where they never see the sun and they never see a blade of grass. It's extreme cruelty, and then we kill them. We should be more humane. And cattle are killed mercilessly when it could be done without pain. And then there's the predation in nature. I'm sure we've all seen those nature reels in which lions and jaguars and pumas attack animals. And years ago, these videos of predation always showed the animals being killed before they were eaten. But lately, they don't kill the animals anymore, mostly. I remember seeing a video of a big zebra on its back and a lion standing on its stomach and eating it alive. And it's just horrible. And people say, well, it's nature, it's infernal. And I was wondering about this, and then I remembered that in the Bible, this issue is addressed. For instance, uh, Genesis in the Garden of Eden talks about Adam giving names to all the animals. That means that animals existed as well. And the Genesis also said that in the garden all kinds of delicious fruits and food grew on trees. And we know they weren't planted and sweated over, they were just there. It says in Genesis they were beautiful to look at and good to eat. And there were all kinds of fruits and vegetables, and there were probably plants and meats that animals could eat, plants that had the same nutritional substance as meat. There was no predation. And then the Bible mentions that in the future, when there's a new heaven and a new earth, that the lion will lie down with the lamb. No predation. So where did predation come from? Predation came when we were excluded from the Garden of Eden, and nature was cursed. And mankind was told that he would need to eat by the sweat of his brow, that nature would be cursed. He would need to plant and sow and weed, and it would be a lot of labor to be able to eat. And that's when the killing came in. Now, in the Old Testament, God says very clearly, I will demand of every man an accounting of every animal he has killed. And then, surprisingly, it goes on immediately to say, and I will demand of every animal an accounting of each animal it has killed. So not only is humankind judged by whether or not they killed out of necessity or cruelty, but animals are judged too. God will demand an accounting, obviously after death, of every life that is taken, because only God can give life, and only God should take life. And so this indicates that animals have an afterlife as well, or how could God demand an accounting? Everything that lives has energy that never dies. And so predation is this infernal predation we see in nature documentaries with unspeakable suffering as the animals are eaten alive, the great pain. It's infernal, and it's the fallen nature, which we are subject to as well, because we are fallen in our spirituality, after the Garden of Eden, and we are fallen in our needs to eat. That food is no longer provided by nature entirely. We have to fight for it. And I found this very interesting, but also enlightening, because everyone will have to give an accounting to God of every life taken. And God will decide whether it was justified or not.